What if I told you that the man behind Starbucks was once rejected by 242 investors? Imagine hearing no that many times and still believing in your dream. This isn't just a story about coffee. It's a story about resilience, vision, and how failure can be the ultimate stepping stone to success. Today, Starbucks is synonymous with coffee culture worldwide, boasting over 30,000 stores and billions in revenue. But few people know the struggles, setbacks, and rejections its CEO, Howard Schultz, faced. This is the tale of how one man's unwavering belief turned rejection into revolution. It was the early 1980s. Schultz wasn't born into wealth. He grew up in a housing complex for the poor in Brooklyn. His journey began not in the corporate boardrooms, but with a simple idea: transform how Americans experience coffee. Schultz was working at a small Seattle coffee bean company called Starbucks, which then only sold beans and equipment. On a trip to Italy, he saw something that would change his life: espresso bars on every corner. Italians weren't just drinking coffee, they were connecting, sharing moments, and building community. Schultz saw the potential to bring this experience to the US, but here's the catch: no one else saw it. When Schultz pitched his idea to turn Starbucks into an Italian-style cafe, the owners rejected it. They didn't believe in serving drinks. Frustrated but determined, Schultz decided to start his own coffee shop. He needed funding. And this is where the real test began. Schultz approached 242 investors, 42, and every single one of them said no. It won't work. Americans won't pay for expensive coffee. You're wasting your time. The rejections were brutal, but Schultz didn't give up. He believed in his vision so strongly that even after hearing no hundreds of times, he kept knocking on doors. Finally, after months of relentless pitching, 2 investors said yes. With their backing, Schultz opened his first cafe, Il Giornale. It was an instant hit. People loved the concept. When the original Starbucks owners decided to sell their company, Schultz seized the opportunity. He bought Starbucks in 1987 and started expanding. But the challenges didn't end there. Expanding Starbucks meant redefining how Americans viewed coffee, moving from instant coffee at home to a premium cafe experience. Competitors laughed. Skeptics doubted. Schultz focused on building not just a brand, but a culture. Not every store opening was a success. Mistakes were made. Times, Schultz faced internal crises and financial setbacks. He saw failure differently. Every rejection and misstep was a lesson, a step forward disguised as a setback. By the 1990s, Starbucks had become a household name. The brand expanded globally, turning coffee into an experience. Schultz's vision had not only come to life but had transformed an entire industry. Remember 242 investors who said no? Today, Starbucks is worth over $100 billion. Howard Schultz's story teaches us one powerful truth: failure is not the opposite of success. It's part of the journey. Rejection isn't a signal to stop, it's a test of your commitment. Imagine if Schultz had stopped at the 10th, 50th, or even 200th rejection. The world would have missed out on Starbucks. So, the next time you face rejection, remember this story. Behind every success is a trail of failures. It's not about how many times you fall, it's about getting up, learning, and pushing forward. Your dreams might be one more no away from a breakthrough. Howard Schultz turned 242 failures into one global success. What's stopping you? If you enjoyed this video, check out the link in the description for the fascinating story of how Nokia rose and fell. And if there's a company or business story you'd like to learn about, let me know in the comments. Maybe the next video will be about that.